This is a really dope shirt. Like, I love it. It's like two of my favorite inspirations for working out. Like, god damn. Yo, dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighbor Jaxblade here with another Q&A video for y'all. Now, I got a ton of questions for these, and thank you all to my old subscribers who helped me like trim the fat of stuff I've just answered constantly over the years. And a lot of the fitness questions I actually answered in my How to Get Started Mastering Your Fitness Goals playlist, where I did that in December to help you guys master 2017, just so you could get the best results possible. So be sure to check there if your question isn't answered in this video, and be sure to check my other Q&A videos as well, because I got a lot of repeat questions that I always get that are just like common and well known. Like, you know, best girl is obviously Mia. Okay, I don't have to say that. Like, I would rattle that snake all day. But with that said, let's get to answering some of these questions. Starseeker Nomad asks, I know Dragon Ball Super has had its fair share of problems, but do you think it's better than GT? Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna be completely real with you guys. All right, Dragon Ball Super is not a good show. It's not. It's entertaining. There's stuff entertaining. Like, I geeked out over the Kale thing, but like, if someone legitimately asked me, hey, what are some good animes to watch? I would not say, hey, you know what you should definitely watch? Dragon Ball Super. That show is freaking great. I can honestly admit it. It's a stupid show, guys. Like, it's not something you can, like, there are stupid shows I like, okay? They're just dumb, you know? But you just, it's stupid. All right, I would not compare to say Mare. I go like, oh, you should definitely check out Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, hell, even Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, yeah, even the Naruto fight had a great thing at the end. I mean, the story-wise, I mean, if you cut out all the filler, Naruto's like pretty solid to watch. And I'm telling you this because I just played Naruto Ninja Storm 4 again. The story had me like, you know, on the edge of my seat and stuff like that. And even though I read the manga, but Dragon Ball Super, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's one of those shows I feel obligated to watch. Like, okay, I'll be honest with you guys. I stopped watching. I really lost my passion for Dragon Ball. I still love it, but I lost it like around I say, to me, all right, here's what I'll say. The final episode to me of Dragon Ball is episode He's Always Late, because that to me is just the best episode, where it's just like, oh, everyone's having a good time together. Even Vegeta and Piccolo are just having fun together, and they're all just, you know, mind their own business, you know, having a party, and Goku's out trying to save animals, and then the ending, they're all together smiling, and Vegeta's like part of the crew now, and I just love that ending. That to me is the ending of Dragon Ball. But Super is just, I can honestly admit it's stupid, but, you know, enjoyably stupid sometimes, but sometimes it just irritates me. But so do I think it's better than GT? Probably. I haven't watched GT in years because I really did not like GT all that much. I liked Super Saiyan 4, which is one of the best transformations ever, but I really need to watch GT again sometime, maybe, but whatever. Lucas Cadis asks, if you were All Might, how would you train Deku into becoming a great hero? Dude, well, first off, the poor boy always breaks his body when he uses his technique, so I'm just like, alright, we gotta do some Master Roshi training, son. Alright, we're going to be running milk, toughening those hands, getting yourself all swolled up so you're able to, like, actually master this quirk, because if I freaking train the boy, he will be able to use All Might, turn it into Super Jacked All Might, like, any time of day. Like, boom, whatever. Let me drink some water. I'm just gonna do this all in one take, because it seems fun, time-consuming, and I can get out faster. Alright. Kevin Tieran asks, what are you most excited about for second season of One Punch Man? Alright, here's the thing though. I've told you guys this before. Like, I've loved One Punch Man since it looked like it was drawn on a napkin back in 2012. And so I've been keeping up consistently with the webcomic. And the webcomic is so far ahead of the manga, it's not even funny. Like, there are certain things where I'm just like, okay, remember the Boros fight that I hyped up? It's just, that took forever to get to in the manga, but when it got there, I was like, oh my god, that was amazing. But there is this great epic fight I can't say because it's a spoiler, and I just, oh my god, I really want them to get to it in One Punch Man Season 2, but the manga hasn't got there, so I'm just like, are you gonna pull a Mob Psycho and try and go off the webcomic, you know, just use the webcomic, transfer it there? Because I don't know, maybe they'll do an OVA thing and try to take the storyline, or maybe they'll pull a Full Metal Alchemist and make their own story up. But that's what I really want, because if you read the webcomic, you know what happens and shit hits the fan, and that's what I want to see. Like, that to me is just going to be so freaking badass when it finally happens. God, as Dragon Ball Z's level. Fanboy asks, do you ship Izuku and Uraka from My Hero Academia, or don't you usually ship characters? Yeah, well, first off, like, the artist for it, he already said, like, oh yeah, I know they're gonna get together eventually. Like, I have so many ways of figuring out how for them to get together. So, yeah, I definitely do, because my man he's a lucky boy, his muscly body, she has some, Ochaku's got a nice, thick bod for him, so he deserves that. My boy Izuku deserves that, man. He really does. Deku, you deserve it, man. Dr. Lego Man asks, whose physique is easier to obtain, Kale's or Broly's? Kale's. She's just a small-looking girl. Like, Broly was this muscular man, okay? Duh. The Sad Animations asks, what anime would you currently recommend, and what are you looking forward to / watching right now? Alright, so an anime that I didn't think I would enjoy this much, like, one of my friends messaged me on Tumblr about it, was Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I fell in love with that anime. That is one of my favorite animes of the year. Like, I rewatched it in Japanese and then English dubbed, because they were simulcasted, and I love it. I love that show so much. Lukia is bae, freaking Toru is amazing. Reminded me of my favorite show, Monster Musume. And Mia and her would get along great. But yeah, I love that show. Kana was adorable. Freaking Elma was fine. She had that nerd hotness going on. And I love that show. I love Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It's such a great show. Also, Attack on Titan's been amazingly drawn this season, but it pisses me off. There's only 12 episodes, so it's just like, you have 4 years of manga you could do, but at least My Hero Academia is 25 episodes, which My Hero Academia, oh, God, amazing. Like, here's the thing though, y'all think that fight, that episode 10 fight was amazing, and God, it was. Oh my God, that shit was amazing. It makes me so pissed off that freaking Bones or Madhouse cannot animate Dragon Ball Super. Because could you imagine Goku doing blasts like that in Dragon Ball Super? Like, legit, I will say this to you. Dragon Ball Z, I'm going to turn this over a second. If Dragon Ball had the same animators as One Punch Man and My Hero Academia, these debate contests wouldn't even be a thing. They honestly wouldn't, because they can blow up planets and solar systems with flick of fingers, and if you could see that animated beautifully and just really feel the scale of their power, it's just... I might actually do a video on that sometime, but yeah, that right there, My Hero Academia, beautiful, and I cannot wait for this certain fight that's coming up, and for all my people who've read the My Hero Academia manga, you know what's coming in. Oh, that's gonna be hype, dudes! I hope that we get to that. Alright. What's your biggest fetish ass age is? Snake girls. Oh, God, I would rattle that snake. What is your favorite fighting game, and who's your main for said fighting game? Asks Abyss Walker Genji. My favorite fighting game of all time, you should tell by my name, is Mortal Kombat, because I just love Mortal Kombat, and my main for it is actually my boy Jason Voorhees right now, since he was in Mortal Kombat X, and I love that. Rorschach asks, what's your favorite graphic novel? My favorite graphic novel is also my favorite movie, Kick-Ass. I love Kick-Ass. This is just one of the best, like, graphic novels I've ever read, and I love the Kick-Ass is actually my favorite movie of all time. I love Kick-Ass. Hit Girl was a beast in this, and she's just incredible, and just the whole story. I just love this story because I'm just a big fan of people trying to go out and be superheroes, and Hit Girl was just like turning bad guys into Lunchables. It just it was awesome, dudes. What type of training should a person do in their middle school going to high school years? Alright, so here's the thing. I say if you're a kid, you can do calisthenics, push-ups, sit-ups, squats, drink plenty of juice, haha, but, I honestly think calisthenics is fine as a child. Like, you can do that from, like, a little kid to thing. Now, weight room, there are tons of people say it'll stunt your growth, but there are tons of studies that show that that's not valid. Like, you're not going to stunt your growth from weight training whatsoever, so, like, that's bullshit. Like, so many athletes and people do it. The problem is with younger kids doing weight training is that they don't have a coach with them, and so it's easier for them to get injured, like, doing stuff wrong and incorrectly. So that's my biggest thing, is, like, if you start weight training when you're, say, 14, make sure you have, like, you do it in a weight room with a coach who can coach you and show you how to do all this stuff properly, so you're able to build up, like, a nice strong base. Like, that's the most important thing when you do this, is you want to make sure you're building up a nice strong base of, like, and knowing what you're doing so you don't get injured. Like, that's the key thing. But if you're a kid, you can either do calisthenics or you can do weight training. I would say start weight training when you're like 14 or something, because that's what one of my best friends did, and he's like a freaking massive bodybuilder now. So, and he's like 6'4" from that. So, yeah, go ahead, go do that. Praise the Beef asks, hey Jax, if you could travel to the future and meet yourself, what 3 questions would you ask him? Does our shoulder ever get healed? Do we become super rich and famous? And are we happy? Are we happy? Like, I don't know, like, because we all have issues with, sadness and depression, so something like that. Or maybe, like, do we and that person ever become friends again? Like, remember, I talked about in that meditation video. I'm not going to go too in depth with that, but that's probably what I would ask them. Dystopia asks, your dog's getting bigger. Does he/she help you work out? Well, he's a he, and his name is Rambo. And yeah, actually, we go on runs every morning now, so that's pretty fun. Like, I chase him around. We actually have work. I'm actually going to put out a workout video that me and him like do. It's just like a little fun pet hit cardio workout we do, and it's just something I thought was fun and enjoyable, and it helps keep the fat loss off. I was like, wow, I'm burning a lot of calories according to my Fitbit. So yeah, I definitely do work out with Rambo. He's a great ton of fun. Have you ever done the keto diet? Would you recommend it? I have done the keto diet. I did it back in 2014 when I was getting ready for a photo shoot. And it works. It works tremendously. Me and my friends have actually done it. And, tons of people are hyping it up these days. I think the problem is just like... first off, it's great. And if you want to do it, that's fine. But life, to me, is just too short just to not have carbs. I mean... if you couldn't eat garlic bread or freaking mac and cheese and all this stuff, because the thing with keto, when I went on keto, when I tried to have a cheat day, I couldn't enjoy my cheat days like I used to when I was just like doing strict intermittent fasting and like having moderate carbs, and then cheat day just eat whatever. Like, I would just feel like on cheat day I would feel satisfied from it, but on like when I did a keto diet, I remember I tried to eat like this big plate of mac and cheese with breadcrumbs, and then like all this I ate so much that day, and I just felt sick. It messed me up. I had ice cream. That was the thing. That was the part that made me go, I can't eat ice cream. I don't feel right. So for me personally, I couldn't do keto, but if you want to do keto and try it out, then go for it. Good on you. You try it. Nico the Narwhal asks, hey Jaxblade, what Tough Legged Tunes workout or any workout in general will give you a physique like Bruce Lee's? Honestly, the Mikasa one. I'd say the Mikasa one would do pretty good for getting a nice, lean, athletic physique. Favorite toaster asks, do you cosplay? If not, who would you like to cosplay as? I personally don't cosplay. I mean, I have nothing against it, but it's just not for me personally, just doing all the thing. I mean, I like dressing up for my videos and stuff, but I don't really just go, oh, hey. I prefer doing like Halloween costume stuff. But I actually have to cosplay because I lost a bet because Young Justice Season 3 is coming out. And I said if Young Justice ever got a Season 3, I would cosplay Aqualad. So I have to because both of us have Widow's Peak. So that's going to be happening pretty soon. So as soon as Season 3 drops, that'll be happening. And I'll have to shave my beard. Yeah. Water, earth, fire, or air? I gotta go with earth. That'd be, to me, earth is amazing. Just literally walking on it. All of them are amazing because I would honestly want to be the Avatar in that state, but I would go with Earth. I like Earth the best because it's just like boom, you could like slide everywhere and just do all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Earth to me, I just feel like I'm more of a Earth person, down to earth person. Whatever. If How Many Kilos Are the Dumbbells You Lift got adapted into an anime and was dubbed, what actors do you think should play the characters? God, I don't know. I would love if that gets an anime next year, like the freaking Do You Even Lift manga. I made a whole video on that. But I don't know. I generally don't know. Jaxblade, why do you love One Punch Man so much? I recently watched it and I'm going to make a review on it. Joshua Gillings. Alright, what I love about One Punch Man is... I'm actually going to make a whole video on this because someone asked me this great question on Tumblr, so expect a video of this, and it's going to be in-depth. Ivy Curly Girl, can you do a Tough Like the Tunes on Hisoka, because he is awesome and you could do a lot on him. By the way, I love your bits. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I probably will do a Tough Like the Tunes on him because he has some amazing rip dabs. Default asks, do you drink sparkling water? And if you do, what's your brand? I do drink sparkling water, and what I do it for is I actually picked this up from Keto Body because I was just doing intermittent fasting the Hodgkin's way for the longest time. You know, just eat from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. at night, and then, you know, fast 16 hours a day. But then Keto Body started doing this thing where he's like, you know, you could stave off your hunger and fast longer if you drink sparkling water, and that'll just make you feel full longer. So I started doing that, and it works tremendously. And I just drink whatever sparkling water is around. Like Wegmans sparkling water is pretty good. That's what I use. Sad Pepe asks, kale or cauliflower? Cauliflower is bae. Alright, cauliflower could get it any time of day. Alright, you know, yeah, I don't care. Cauliflower is fine. Hey Jax, back in 2008, I was severely injured in the military and it never healed. Long story short, I spent a lot of time in the wheelchair. Thanks to your videos, I've started moving past my depression and start working on my body. I've begun eating clean and watching my calorie intake, but exercise is a bit of an issue. Any exercises for the people that don't require legs? Yeah, actually there is. What you can do is, since you're stuck in a position, you can do hands above the head, you can clap, you can do like all these circle moves. I'm going to put a thing on the screen. Bam. All these exercises right here would help you out tremendously if you're in a wheelchair. So hope that helps you out, buddy. Tohaku. If you could swap place with an anime protagonist for a day, who would you pick? I love that my friends commented on this as well. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty common and well known. I would just trade places with the main dude from Monster Musume, just so I would rattle Mia all day. Like, any Mia Jaxblade fan art is greatly appreciated. but yeah, I love Mia from Monster Musume so much. So yeah, I would definitely just swap places with him and just be like, hey girl, let's go. I only got a day. What is your favorite live action show? Alright, well, my favorite live action show is actually, I gotta go with Dexter, because if you know me, I love people that kill bad people. It's a sick fuck thing of mine, but I just hate seeing like criminals. I love seeing someone who's a bigger monster to monsters out there. So Dexter, I love seeing him do it. Well, the first 4 seasons, and then after that, sort of to decline, especially the last season. But I love Dexter so much. I also watch Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul. Orange is the New Black. I just started Game of Thrones again, because I watched the first episode, but I dropped, but I'm finally getting back into it. And yeah, I love Dexter so much. Dexter is my, I would say, favorite show. And then also I love Parks and Recreations. Like, that show is literally one of my favorite shows. I bet you can guess what character I most like in that show. Lance says, you should make videos playing Friday the 13th games, or video games in general. I'm not sure, man. I'm not much of a gaming person. I like playing games just like as recreation for myself, just for fun. But just uploading online, I don't think I could just comment on it. It'd be so boring. I mean, first off, I get freaked out. Like I take losing to bosses too literally, so I get so fucking pissed off, and I will stalk and just pace back and forth. So yeah, I bet no one wants to see that crap. So yeah, I'm not doing that whatsoever. Yeah. Kid Crazy asks, what's up, my man? He's gonna be the Black Naruto one day. And what is your most inspirational superhero? It's funny, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero of all time, but honestly, my most inspirational, Saitama. Because he gives so many great speeches about just humans have the ability to change themselves and become stronger, and I love that. That, to me, is just phenomenal. I think Saitama is just one of the best inspirational characters that there is. So, there you go, man. Sapphire Flame asks, what kind of workouts do you recommend for women to build arm muscle? And it would be cool if you did a video on it. Love your vids, keep it up. Oh, well, thank you, Sapphire Flame. Well, the basic thing I would just suggest is just doing, big body compound movements, like bench press, squat, deadlift, pull-ups, rows, push-ups, all those multi-joint, multi-limb, multi-muscle movements help stimulate muscle growth better than just regular isolation movements. So what you could do is just start implementing a lot of them into your routine, and they work just as well for women as they do for men. Like, I'm telling you, if you focus on your diet, like I have a whole video on like how to master a healthy eating diet plan in my Making 2017 Your Year videos, but that's the best way to go about starting how to get those results. Okay. Caleb asks, yo, Jax, been subbed to you for almost a year now. Love the content. Do you think that Megas XLR will ever get a reboot? I hope so. I dig Giant Robots, man. That show is one of my favorite shows ever. I love Megas XLR. I really wish they could bring that show back, Samurai Jack style, and give it a proper ending, because that is one of the best shows on there. Like, I love Megas XLR. It's a great, great show. Which celebrity would you make out with right now? Okay, so I don't know her name, but if you guys ever watched Orange is the New Black, okay, I've not known this girl's name for the last 5 seasons, but she is so freaking hot. The little Latina girl, like Maritza, I forget how to say her name, even though I just was watching it today. She is so freaking fine. I was just gonna put a picture of her up. She is so fun. I would make out with her for like a good 30 minutes. Like, that's like my number one thing. I love making out. Like, that's even better than the deed sometimes, to be honest. Golden Saint asks, what is your favorite movie this year? Mine was Kung Fu Panda 3. That came out last year, dude. And I could say that's the pride. Okay, well, that came out last year, okay? But my favorite movie this year so far is definitely Logan. I saw Wonder Woman. I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was great, but I didn't think it was terrible. I thought there was way too much slow-mo, and there was just the ending fight scene was just to me. But Gal Gadot was amazing. The whole movie, though, it was like, it would be a fun rental to me. Ayub Ramen asks, can you gain muscles while going vegan or on whole food? Yeah, you can. It's a pretty common thing. I actually went in depth in one of my Q&As before answering that. Yeah, you can go vegan, you can go ketogenic, you can go various ways. Like, yeah, they all work. It's just, like, the thing you have to take into account is, like, there are so many different ways to achieve the same outcome. Like, people will say it's not, but you can. Like, there are tons of people who have and are. So, yeah, you can. Wild Bill asks, have you ever thought about doing a meet and greet with your fans? Yeah, I wouldn't mind, whatever. It's just, whatever. I haven't thought about it, but if they want to, I probably would. Devin Collier asks, who's your favorite character out of the kids in Deku's class, excluding Deku, and what you think of Season 2, Episode 10? Okay, I already explained that. And my favorite character in Deku's class is probably... Yaya Rozu has some nice, I won't say that, but over. I do love Ochako, but one that's grown on me is Toru, the invisible girl. I just think that's adorable. Like, her joke is, oh, I'm invisible, but actually, yeah, I really like Ochako. Ochako is just adorable, cute, and, you know, I love what she does. She's just so nice. And I also love Sue. Like, there's just so many likable people in that class. Like, that's the great thing about this show. It's just, that's a show that just makes you feel good afterwards. Even freaking Kachan, or whatever, Bakugo, whatever the fuck his name is. I already know his name, but it's just, even though he's growing on you. Who is your favorite supervillain? I honestly just like villains that get the job done. Like, they're like, oh, I don't have to worry. I can kick your ass just as well, superhero. So, my favorite comic book supervillain is Carnage, like the Spider-Man villain, just because he's an insane force of nature and doesn't care and just likes to rip people up. But I love Carnage. Israel as Jaxblade, do we need rest days when we work out? If you feel you need a rest day. Like, I would say this, if you rest your body, you can get more out of it. Right, like, take that into account. Like, if your body's just, you worked out, you're sore, you're ridiculously out of it, and you're just like, oh god, I can't move a muscle, then yeah, take a rest day. But if you're just like, I could go a bit more, like, go for a brisk walk, do some yoga, just have some fun. Like, it doesn't have to be anything. If you train balls to the wall hardcore every day, that's actually a hindrance to you. So be sure to just do some light, active rest. My family does not support me getting fit. What should I do? 15 years old, Eduardo. Are they going to stop you from doing push-ups? Are they going to stop you from, jogging places? Are they going to stop you from, like trying to work out? Like that to me is the part where you just go, well, I have the portion size method that Jaxblade talked about in this video series. And I also can, do push-ups and sit-ups and squats and all this stuff and go running and do all this, and do this to make myself fit. So yeah, no one's stopping you. It's just you. If your family doesn't support you, then you just go, well, I'm going to make this happen myself. Just nut up, man. Dennis asks, would you work out with trainer Machio and would you hang out with him? Oh, of course, dude. That'd be amazing. Just talking to him because he's this really nice, smart guy. Besides the fact that he's super buff and busts out of his clothes. So, but yeah, I would love hanging with him. He'd be great. Clive Moser asks, I had a bad shoulder injury a few months back, which is making my progress slow on calisthenics. I was wondering, for someone who has suffered an injury himself, do you have any advice for how to get back into this? I'm terrified of re-injuring myself. Actually, yes. There's this channel called Athlete X, and the main guy on it is a physical therapist and personal trainer. And so, like, he has a lot of exercises you can do with shoulder pain or do it. But I suggest going to a physical therapist first. Like, that's the key thing. Always go to a physical therapist first, and then maybe a chiropractor as well. But that is the biggest thing you want to do, is just go to them first. But Athlete X has like exercises that'll help you like keep your shoulder safe or like help you like go through things as well. A-Man asks, who's your favorite Boku no Hero Academia character? Definitely All Might. I love All Might because he's basically the Superman dub Goku. As many of you know, I love Superman dub Goku from the original Funimation dub. Like, that's my bias. He's the reason I started working out. So, like, All Might just basically reminds me of the Superman dub Goku. Like, Allight's good, nightmare to you. And he's just like, I'm here, don't worry, plus ultra. Like, that to me is why I love All Might. He pretty much is Superman dub Goku in this new show. So that's why I love him. I love All Might for that very reason. Ooh, this is a really good question. When you design a workout for a client or Tough Like the Tunes, what are your steps for creating it? Like, what do you do? How do you pick the exercises beyond what they're doing and scale the difficulty, etc.? Okay, let me take a drink real quick. Alright, this is actually a really good question. So what I do is I look at the character of which Tough Like the Tunes I'm doing, and then I look at their physical attributes. Like, I see, are they more of a weight trainer? Are they more of a, a calisthenic person? Or in like, what kind of build would they have and what kind of training would they do? So for certain characters, I also take into account what type of training they would actually do in their life. So, to me, if you notice this, sometimes I do a superhero training, like a Captain America, like curling in the gym. But sometimes I'll do, like, I'll try to mimic the anime as plausible as I can and bring it to real life. And then I'll go, okay, this exercise will bring this out, this exercise will bring this out, and this is how I will do it from there. And then also, what I'll look at is how would this character actually train? Like, would they actually go to the gym? Like, for instance, there are some things of like, oh, I just go to the gym and then this is how I work out to look like a character. But I'm just like, it's called Tough Like the Tunes, so I want you to train like them to get a body like them. And so, like, I make a workout routine that'll help you achieve a similar body type, just from analyzing what their body looks like and what kind of training they do. So lots of them have calisthenics in them, and so I just like pick calisthenic variations. I'm like, oh, okay, this will help stimulate this and this will help get you there if you're consistent with it. But that's pretty much what I do. So great question. The same thing with clients. What I do with clients is I look at their body, I see what we need to work on. So like if they need some more pecs, some more shoulders, more delts, bring out them abs or something like that. And then like I'll design a program based on them. And if you want a program like that, you can either go to my jdownsfitness@gmail.com and hire me for personal training. Kenny Peterson asks, who would win, Aku or Saitama? That is actually a very good question, because the only way to beat Aku is with the sword. So it's just like, and he would just keep punching him and he would blow away, but like it's not like. That is a very good question. That is a very good question. I might actually do a video on that because that is a really good question. I love it. I'm Your Baby Girl asks, hey Jax, I've always wondered, what type of girls do you like? Besides big boobs, cute faces, and a rockin' body, LOL, what attracts you to a girl and what are your turnoffs? Well, yeah, like I've said before, like I did a whole thing on like the big boob thing, but like a cute face, person takes care of themselves, working out. If a girl likes working out, anime, nerdy stuff, then that's a huge turn on for me, because it's like, oh, we can talk about something, because usually the pretty girls, I'm not gonna like try and keep wrong with you. Like, I've had my fair share of hookups before. It's like they're mostly into that Kim Kardashian and other stuff, and I'm just like, I'm not really into talking about that. But if like you could find a hot girl who's into, anime and stuff like that, then it's just like, oh my god, you're like a keeper or something. Turn-offs, if, pretty much basic stuff. If you're bitchy, just like, or you think you're so much better, like, oh my god, can you believe those people? They're so ugly. I can't believe it. Just like, if you're one of those people who talks about others, like, appearances and shit like that, like, fuck you. Like, I don't care. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, they probably not like that. Cause I think that's my Jason sympathy side coming out, like, oh, it's one of those things. I don't like that. Also, a turn off for me, makeup wise. Okay, like, this is my thing. I did a whole post on this on Tumblr. I'm just not attracted to lipstick visually on anyone. I don't find it attractive. I think it's because I enjoy making out so much. I really love, like, kissing passion. Sometimes that's honestly better than the act. And I don't like makeup. I don't like the lipstick. I don't think it's attractive at all. But, like, I wouldn't go up to a girl and say, hey, that's fucking gross, wipe your mouth or something like that. If they enjoy doing it, I'm not going to tell them stop. All right, because like girls don't wear makeup so they could just go, oh, they wear it because they enjoy it. That'd like be some girl saying, your abs are too ripped. You need to stop. Like, bitch, fuck you. I like doing crunches. All right, it's my thing. I personally, it'd be like a middle ground. I mean, like if a girl started wearing lipstick or something like that, if we started going out, and trying to doll herself up for me, then of course I'd say, hey, like, you don't have to. I think you're beautiful without it, babe. And it's just, I'm just not attracted to lipstick at all. Like, that's my personal thing. But I wouldn't tell a girl if they love lipstick to, stop wearing it, because that's what we do. I mean, we all do what we do, and you just got to find that balance of a relationship. That's the thing. And then that goes along with the what's the state of my love life question I got earlier. It's just, I'm currently single, but, I'm working on myself. The thing right now is I'm just focusing on myself and building myself up, because, like, ever since that whole incident I told you about, like, a few years ago, I really need to work on myself first and, just find an inner peace and happiness. And I'm gradually doing that, and I feel, better day after day. All right, Ambu asks, what editing software do you use? I use Power Director 12. That's what I use. Christopher Rising asks, what, if any, podcast do you listen to? I've been a Spillio/Toasty for the last 10 years now. 2007, I was a Spillio till it got down in 2013, and now I've been a loyal Toasty for 2014. So, Attack the Chat. Shout out to them. And that's the Midnight Chat Attack. I love those people as well. And I also started watching Always Open on Rooster Teeth. Like, I love Barbara Dunkelman's, like, personality. Her and Marielle, like, his friendly neighborhood Marielle. I love that. I'm so excited for that every Friday. Just watching those every Friday. I love the chemistry between all those people and those podcasts. Like, it's great. I love that Always Open podcast as well. Warbound asks, do you count calories on cheat day? Nope, do not. I just have fun on cheat day. I just feast. What I like to do on cheat day is eat to the point where I hate myself, and then the rest of the week I want to be dieting. Okay. Hayden Rolf asks, what's your favorite piece of geek clothing you've got? You always dress awesome, bro. Oh, well, thank you. I actually really digging this shirt right now because it's two of my idols, and I love it. I love it. Though I have so many, I could go through the list. Soka Samurai asks, have you ever thought of doing voice acting since you have such an upbeat cadence? No. Because acting is different from doing voices. Like, I can do voices, but I'm not, an actor or something like that. So I would have to go to acting classes, and I don't have time right now with all the work I'm putting in. You said that you really like Yu Yu Hakusho a few videos back. Are we getting a Yu Yu Hakusho workout anytime soon? I don't know how I would go about doing that, because the thing about Yu Yu Hakusho is no one in that show is like super diesel besides like Taguro, and Hiei's like moderately muscular, but Yusuke, Kurama, like Kuwabara is moderately muscular, but there's no one like just super freaking jacked. Like with One Punch Man, oh, Saitama's ripped. Goku in Dragon Ball Z, oh, he's freaking, all those characters are just jacked, so it's easier to pinpoint, but I'm not sure how I would go about doing that. Black Gazebo asks, what's your favorite romance anime? My Love Story. I love My Love Story. That is one of my favorite shows of all time. Just Yamato and freaking Takio just being like, it's adorable. Like, that show to me is 25 episodes of adorableness. Even though some episodes are kind of meh, that show is a show I love. I love that show. Anthony Carpenter asks, this is the final question. Yo, Jaxblade, do you have any recommendations for good all-around training shoes for working out, or do I need separate shoes for running and lifting and working? By the way, love your videos. Oh, well, Anthony, yes, you do, because running shoes have a curve in them, and those are actually not as beneficial for doing weightlifting, because you can actually, they're not as stable. What I would suggest getting is some, like, CrossFitter or powerlifter shoes, or just flat-footed shoes, because what that does is they have a nice flat base, and when you do, like, squats or lunges, you're able to really, like, plant your feet into the ground and, like, focus on bringing the weight up. So, yeah, definitely get different shoes for that, and I just suggest some, you know, Nikes or Reeboks, just classic stuff. Well, dudes and dudettes, I want to thank you all for submitting your questions. If I didn't answer your question, it's probably already been answered before, so like just go look through my other Q&As or go look through my videos. Like I have a whole list of videos you can look through. Like you might be surprised about, oh, he did a whole video topic on that. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate your support and love and all that jazz. And, you know, I'll see you soon. Like, I have a new video coming out soon. I have Tough Like the Tunes actually coming out pretty soon that I'm going to enjoy. I've been waiting to do this one. And just thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And just thank you all so much. And remember, like I always say, keep calm. Booyah on. Don't forget, Momentai. And be sure to follow me on my social media accounts below because, remember, I answer questions on those, like, daily. So you might get your question answered there as well. So, peace out. Yeah.